we are going to boil the lemon to remove its bitterness, and it will be using it for the fermentation that we are about to do. Now the
Go.
lemon has been boiled. Now we are about to remove the water, and you can only keep it into the container.
Go.
Now after we boil it in the water, now you're going to keep it for one night so that all the heatness goes out.
The next day.
These are the items that we're going to use to do our fermentation. Now we will be cutting the lemons into four, not into four pieces, but we're going to cut it open in four sides so that we can add the salt into it. As you can see, as my grandmother's doing it, I'm doing this with her help. So after I cut all the lemons, we will be adding the salt.
Macam taruh garam masuk. Belah dia.
After we add into the lemons and the salt, we will be start adding it into a container. The later will be used for fermentation. As you can see, we have added all the salt into the lemon and we have kept it into the container. Now we are covering the container with a cloth and going to close it so that no oxygen will be going into the container, so the fermentation will happen in it.
3 days later.
Have to shake the lemons every day to ensure that its fermentation is successful.
3 days later.
Show you, when the starting of the one, it was nice and hard, but now you can see it's, as you can see, the skin inside there, when the salt fermented, all the liquid are coming out from the lemon. So that's the 6th day of the process.
3 days later.
Now it's the 9th day. As you can see, I am shaking it and the texture inside is started changing and the liquid is started coming even more than before. Now we are going to make the ingredients needed to make the pickles. So now we are cutting ginger and garlic, which will be cut into smaller pieces. And now we'll, after we cut them in small pieces, we put in a bowl and add some salt. And you're gonna make the salt to go all around the onion and garlic to let it, and then now we're gonna add them into a container where we let it to fermentate, and we're going to be using it when you're making the pickles in a few more days. And we also will be adding chilies and vinegar in it.
3 days later.
Today is the 12th day since we start marinating this lemon. As you can see how soft the lemon has become, and the liquid inside it has came out, and it started marinating. And in a few more days you can start adding the ingredients that we added in this container, which is ginger, garlic, then some chilies. Now is the 13th day since we may start marinating the lemons. So now we will be cutting the lemons into the 4 pieces we already cut it, and cut them into more smaller pieces for easier placement. So you can see I will be cutting everything into 2. Oh no, I'll keep them inside this. And these are the items that I will be using to make the pickles. This is vellam, a type of Indian sugar. Oil. Then this is cumin seeds and urad dal. This is mustard seeds. This is the one that we have fermented, which is ginger, garlic, and green chili. This is chili paste. This is curry leaves and also dried fenugreek. Now we are roasting the dried fenugreek to remove the moisture and make it and get it ready to be grind. And this I've been guided by my grandmother. So now we are drying the spices. As you can see now, the spices have been dried and now the next we are drying. Now we are going to roast the mustard seeds to remove the moisture and get ready to be grind. Just a few seconds or near a minute only to dry out all the spices. As you guys can see, we have heated up the two spices, so we are going to let it cool down. After it cool down, we will blend it in the blender and just will wait for a while. Now you can see we have cutted all the lemons into smaller pieces, and now I'll be adding the solution in it to let it more marinate. The remainings of the lemons. I will let it for a while, and we're going to go and blend the spices. Now we have added the first one and blended it. Now we have grinded the first spice that we have heated up. Now we just turn into like a soft flour, as you can see. Now we are going to blend the mustard seeds. Now we have blended the second spice.
You are the pickle.
Now this is the final ingredients that we will be using to make the pickles. So now we'll be adding all of the ingredients and we'll be doing the pickles. And this is the 14th day we started marinating the lemons, and now is the final start making the pickles that we're going to do. So now we have put the fire in a very slow heat, as you can see. Now we will be adding the oil. This is the amount of oil we needed for the amount of pickles that we are making. And now that we have heated up the oil already, now we'll be adding the first update. Now we are adding the chili paste. Now we are adding the things that we marinated, the garlic, the ginger and the chilies that we marinated in the vinegar a few days ago. And now we are adding the curry leaves that we have cut into smaller pieces. Now I can smell, the smell is so nice, and it's like nice spices. You smell the chili and the chili paste and all. So you can see the oil are coming out, and the chilies and all are slowly being cooked. Now we are adding a little bit of vinegar. Now we'll be adding the lemons that we have marinated for 14 days ago. So when my grandmother said to taste it and see, first I can feel the sourness and the bitterness of the lemon. Then at the end there I can feel the spice of my grandmother, and I added into the pickles. What should I say? What I did?
Cooked.
Now we're going to add the sugar that we cooked to give it a bit of sweetness. The sugar that we added in the one is an Indian sugar that is known as bellam. That time we bought around 100 gram, and now that time we must be added in the sugar and make it into a watery solution. Then only we added into the pickles. I'll be adding more sugar because there's not enough sugar when we added the first time. It was almost very soury, so we added more sugar to make it a bit more sweet. So we added the sugar because the content of the sourness was quite high, so we tried to make it everything even. That's why we added more sugar into it, so the sourness, the bitterness and the sweetness will be more even, so that it's nice to eat the pickles. Now we have been let it simmer for around 30 minutes to let the lemons and the other ingredients to be nice and soft, so that when we eat the pickles it's like easy to nice and eat rather than making it hard.
Okay.
Now we are adding the spices that we have blended a few that is starting this week. We have blended. Now we are adding the second spice.
Make it the curry thick.
This makes the curry like more thicker. First I need to taste and see what to say. So now I'll be tasting how it tastes. This tastes like less soury, and all the tastes are even. I can feel the spice is more stronger than before. And it's quite bitter, so if you ask me.
Okay.
So now we have boiled it in. So we have been let it cool down for around nearly 4 hours. As you can see, Now we will be start packing they all into these small containers, and we will be selling them.
அது மூடாத அதில் எல்லாத்தையும் போட்டுக்கணும் கஷ்டம்.
Now we have packed all 10 of the pickles that we have done. Now we have packed all 10 of them. Now just let them for a few days or weeks to let them to make them taste more better, because now they're quite sour. So after a few days, they will taste slowly. Will absorb the taste and will be more better. I like to sell the products to you. This is a homemade pickles that I made for my biology class. So this one I have started doing it 14 days ago. So I let it ferment it and add some spices like garlic, ginger, and other spices. So I'm selling it for 5 ringgit. So for each container I have 100 grams inside there. So which
This one pickles made from
from me, then it's made from the lemon.
basic lemon lah. Okay.
Sure.
Tastes very nice. Smells very nice too. So one container 5 ringgit.
5 ringgit.
Oh. Okay. Can I get 2?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, all the best. Done. Let's start your project for yourself. Later you can make money with these things also.
Thank you very much. I would really like to say thank you to teacher Linda for the guidance of making this video. Thank you very much to my parents who gave the support. Thank you very much to my siblings who gave support to help to take this video and help me in editing. Thank you to my classmates for helping me to get information in. And finally, thank you very much for the internet for finding the information needed to do this video. And thank you so much guys to you guys who are watching this video for giving me the support, and thank you very much.